My name is Joy Mwangi, CEO and co-founder for Ad Animation, and my dream and my baby was born at the age of 27. Now we're about 3 years old, and one of the things that I really loved about animation was my talent to composition right when I was in primary school. That's what inspired me to start an organization or a platform where other artists like myself could then be able to use their talent to create content that Africans and consumers could appreciate. So let me tell you who Ad Animation is. We are a Pan-African animation studio that started on the bare basis of wanting to create African animation content. And I ask you, how many African animation content have you watched? Except Lion King, which was not even done in Africa. And so the answer is it's non-existent. Why? Because as Africa, we're more content consumers than we are content creators, and we want to change the narrative. So to that regard, we started Last Live On, which is our first animation movie, and it sits as East Africa's first feature film. That's exciting, isn't it? But let me give you a bit more of depth of why we went ahead to do what we're doing in terms of our services. So number one, we're in movie production, working on Last Live On. But number two, the biggest problem I faced was that I didn't get animators who could help me with this project. Not that they don't exist, but the problem was expensive fees was the challenge for them to be able to get the skill that they need. So I give you an example. In Kenya, for example, we only have 2 teaching institutions for animation, and to be able to take a course would be about $1,500 to $2,000. That's about $200,000 per semester. Now, very many people cannot afford that. And so when A3K, which is the Association Animation Artists of Kenya, did a research in 2019, they found that 800 people had interacted with animation between 2015 to 2020. And here was the fun fact: 80% of those were self-taught through YouTube and other platforms. Now, if they came to a studio, it's very hard for them to get a job because they don't have the right papers. What did Ad Animation do? We went ahead to start, which is now Africa's leading capacity building program, called the Ad Animation Bootcamp. And so far, we've been able to train 150 animators across 5 different countries in Africa. That's Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Tanzania. That is amazing. Now, in my database, I actually have about 800 more applicants who are interested to take the program because the program was free. Now, what did we do to make it free? I went into my life savings to give the market research an opportunity. And so what is happening is we're in the prime area of being able to partner with stakeholders who can then sponsor such artists who are interested in taking the program to then go ahead and create their own content. That is number 2. So we do offer capacity building program as a service. And number 3, we then have commercial as a service where the studio has to revenue generate. And so what we do is that we transact with commercial clients. They give us the job and we're able to then animate for their marketing campaigns, digital campaigns, and that's how we keep our lights on. So I'm very passionate to be able to give animators and give creatives as a whole an opportunity like I did myself in being able to script write. Now, one thing that people don't understand about animation is that animation artists are many, not just the artists who draw. We have script writers, we have voiceover artists, we have compositors, we have music producers, we have sound engineers, we have the animators both in 2D and 3D, and all these guys need to be able to work on one project for it to work. Exciting, right? And so one of our biggest achievements for me was being able to then raise a pre-seed for the company. That was in 2021, which gave us the boost to be able then to facilitate these programs that we have run. Why do I think that I deserve to win for Zuri? I think this award is not just for me, but for all the artists who are looking to be able to make a difference in the industry, to have a voice, and to be given a platform to showcase their work. Now, in the next 5 or 10 years, what we're working on, and it's currently in development, is an EdTech platform where artists are able to, number one, access e-learning curriculums, because one of the challenges we had with the bootcamps was that being able to get the time to get an opportunity to go through the program from end to end was a challenge because either they're working or they're moonlighting, and so we want to give them the power to take the course at their time. And number 2, on the same platform, an artist is then able to then get a job, because remember, what is training without job placement? And so the idea is I have trained 150 animators. I can't give all of them a job, but I can give them a platform where they can showcase their work and interact with stakeholders and companies and investors so that they can then get the revenue that they need. But number 3 of this platform is being able then to showcase your work. So you're an animator, you're a scriptwriter, you have an asset, right? A scriptwriter has a script, a voiceover artist has a demo, you can then do audio storybooks, and guess what? You can sell that. So instead of sitting and waiting for the government to give us a job, we're saying, hey, we want to create our own jobs with the skills that we already have and are training so well for. And the last thing is that we want to be able to create a video on demand platform that then showcases all the animation content, not just in Kenya, not just in East Africa, but in Africa. So if you ask me, I want to empower women and girls like myself. And what's the fun fact is in Africa, out of every 50 animators, 1 is a lady. In Kenya at least, I'm the only lady who runs an animation studio and has dared to do so with a difference, with something that actually gives back to the community and gives power to the creative artists. Do I deserve to win? I give that back to you to decide, but it would be amazing to give hope to not just myself, but other women behind me in the animation space and the theatre and arts to be able to then celebrate the amazing work that they're already doing because it is phenomenal. My name is Joy Mwangi, CEO and co-founder of Animation.